Hello everybody. I know this is a different view, but I've been just doing so many things at home, trying to clean up, do a little bit of a summer clean up, because I do live in a beautiful old home and that just means so much more work. But anyway, today we are going to be organising some perfume, filling up some bottles. So I thought maybe you might just want to come along and see what I'm doing. Now, we'll kind of go through a few things when we talk about perfumes, because they're very tricky to send. That's the one thing I'll definitely tell you. But anyway, let's get going. Let's make it. All right, first things first. So inside here, I have got a perfume base that I'm using, which I purchased from Pure Candle Supplies. Then I have actually added in 2% jojoba oil in here. And the last thing that I put in, of course, is the fragrance oil. So I've made my own fragrance oil. This is a tropical kind of one. And I'm sorry if the colour and the filming is a bit dark, because I kind of feel like it is. But we're just going to have to go with it today. I'm sure that you'll forgive me. So that's what I've done in here. Now, of course, trying to pour these into tiny little bottles like this, so if you can kind of see how tiny the lid is, it's like really, really little. It's less than a 5-cent piece. It's a bit tricky. So you can either use a funnel, or I found out a different way that I can do this. So here I have an old sauce bottle. Clearly I've washed it out, and I did actually have witch hazel in it. And so what we're going to do now is I'm literally just going to pour this in here, because this sauce bottle has a much, much bigger spout. And then it's going to make it easier for me to pour it straight into the tiny little baby bottles. And as I did say, I'm going to talk to you in a minute about freighting perfume, because it's very, very tricky, and I've actually lost a lot of money freighting perfume because it's very, very expensive. Now, so we have it in there. I know it doesn't look too beautiful in here. And now, if you can kind of see, this spout has a tiny little hole on it. So that's why I'm going to be doing it like that. And then we're just going to literally pour it straight in. And I know each of these bottles hold about 95 to 100 mils. Now, if you're going to send these products, this is the one thing I found out, and I was actually a little shocked because I didn't understand it. So you can send one of these if you're using Australia Post, because they cannot go by air due to this being flammable. So what you actually have to do is you actually have to put all your labels, everything else, and you can only send one bottle at a time. So if your customer orders 12, you have to send 12 individual packets, because you can't exceed 100 mils of perfume with Australia Post. So that's tricky, isn't it? And now, look, I'm going to show you. So this has a tiny little spout on it. And if you kind of see, it's nice and neat. And then we can just get it in here without making a big mess like I have. I mean, look, you can stand here with a little syringe if you want. Lots of people that make lots of perfumes would have big machines, and the machines would just pour it out. But, I'm like everyone else at home, just trying to make a product, sell. So this is what I do. So I will not be making perfumes after I finish with these, and a lot of these I'm actually going to give these to my family. So but I just thought, look, while I'm doing this, and I have spilt a little bit, but that doesn't matter. While I'm doing this, I thought I would just show you. Yeah, so that's the tricky thing if you're sending it, friends. So now I'm using these beautiful little, they're gold, and I know we talked about our what's it called, our camera not being great. So anyway, we've got these ones here. So I've just popped that on, and then that is done. So if I was going to send these to a customer, they have to be sent, like I said, one at a time. And then you can't even do it with your Australia Post. You need to go into the Australia Post shop and do it. And then what you also need to do is they will give you a special sticker to put on it, and that just means that it's actually dangerous goods. I thought this would be a better idea, but I'm still spilling lots, aren't I? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Like I said, this is more for my family, and I'm just going to put a little cloth under it, so if I spill it, it's just going to hold it on here. And my little table that I've got here, which lots of you have seen this in lots of videos, this bench, I moved it from the back room to kind of the back hall. So I have like a step down in my house because the back room I've kind of put pottery stuff and lots of soap supplies in there. So yeah, so because lots of you know by now, I have started a pottery channel. And it's nothing too exciting. It's definitely not going to be like Nelson Soapery. It is just my hobby, and that's what I'm doing in there. So yeah, and I'll show you the labels I made too, which are not that exciting because, like I said, they're for family. They're not for like customers or anything. If it was for customers, you need to make sure you put on the volume that's in each bottle. You would need to put a flammable sticker, like, you know, or on your labeling at the back. You need to write that it's flammable and things like that, and keep away from heat and fires and so on. But please do your research. As I always say, do your due diligence, because for me, you know, like, I'm not a legal expert. I'm just a person like you that has Googled everything and just found out things through experience. Like I said, I went to send some perfume, and then when I looked at dangerous goods, this come under it. So I was like, wow, okay, I can't even send that now. You could send it by like road, so you can hire a freight company, but that would just cost so much money because I've got like one parcel. So it is just cheaper if you just got one to send to somebody. So it's not to say that you can't do it, you can. But like I said, it's just one of those things, isn't it? You know, it's tricky making products, everybody. It's very, very tricky. You know, there's so much to learn, so many mistakes to be made, I always say. So yeah, I did think this was a cute idea to do, and if I had done that from the start, just hold it straight over, would have been easier. But you know me. Once again, this is how we learn, by mistake. So yeah, let's just fill this little one up. And that's basically about it. I've only got the tiniest little bit in that one there, but that's okay. So anyway, we have done, let's just pop on the lids, and we'll clean them up. And then what I'm actually going to do after we pop on all these lids is I'm going to clean them up, so then we can go and organise the little labels. We'll pop the labels on. And yeah, so, but I mean, isn't it amazing? You can make your own perfume. It's really not that hard. The only thing that, like I said, is tricky is organising your freight and things like that. Now, I've had a few people ask me, do I send things to the US? There are some things I do send. Obviously, I can't send things like perfume because they'd have to go by air. So that's not going to happen. But there are some things that I can send, like, you know, things like pottery and things like candles, my magnets, body butter I can send. So, like, but there's so many things that you can and can't send. So it's one of those things. You just need to look. Wax melts, of course, I can send those. It's just one of those things. So you just need to check out what you can and cannot send. But anyway, we are done with those. So let me just go and get the labels, and we'll cut them and get ready. All right, I am back, my friends. So I've just got some normal household Dettol, and I'm just going to pour that on there. And then we're just going to wipe the bottles down. Make sure the lids are super tight. The labels won't stick at all if you don't wipe everything down. This is just a cloth that I have that is for, obviously it's dedicated for this. And then we'll pop the lids on the other ones as well that I haven't popped on. And this is probably a better view. Maybe I should have done the camera this way. Anyway, I thought maybe you'd be bored looking at me. So, But anyway, and I hope my microphone is super good. So now let's just pop them here. So these are the lids. So the lids literally just come like that, and it comes with, so basically you buy the bottle, then you buy the spray, and the lid comes in one set. And I did get these from Pure Candle Supplies. I will actually link down below where I actually got, and then the base that I'm using. And I hope that helps everybody. So anyway, we've got a few, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 I've got here. So let's just pop them here a little bit out the way. My husband will laugh because he reckons I line everything up. I mean, it's probably true. So here I do have my little labels. And I just made these ones, so because it's a tropical one, so that's kind of what they look like. Like I said, these are not for sale, these are for my children. So I'm just going to get a pair of scissors. We will snip the edge, and that's it. And one thing, everybody too, that you know, I know I've had lots of people say, oh, it's so much work, you're cutting them by hand. Look, you're right, it is so much work, I'm cutting them by hand, but you just got to do what you got to do at the start. And I mean, look, I could put it through the Cricut machine, but I just can't be bothered. I just think, does it matter? No. Anyway, and I've printed these on printable vinyl. So I designed it on Canva. The image that you see is my own image. I pay for an AI app that I create the images on. So, yes, anyway, we're just going to pop it on. And then this is what it's going to look like. Doesn't it look pretty? And I know my family are going to love them. My son's girlfriend, Alicia, loves fruity and sweet smells, so I'll give her one. I'll give my daughters one. And so on. And I just think that they will love it. Yeah, so anyway, that's what I'm going to do. Because I really do think it's a lovely thing to do. So yeah, so just to fill in everyone too, in 2025, which that's the year we're in, we're only just started this year. People are only just going back to work now, this week and next week. Some people aren't even back at work until next week, some suppliers. So for me though, I've decided I'm going to cut my range a lot. After I got the diagnosis that I have skin cancer, I just thought, I just can't be making everything. So I think my core range is going to be candles. I'll have some pottery pieces, but the candles, I don't think I'm going to do like, I will do some bulk, but most of them are going to be, you know, one-off. So that, because I'm going to have the ceramic jars that you use. So those beautiful ceramic jars, and I'm just eyeballing this to everyone. There's nothing fancy about this. Yeah, so I'm going to have the jars that I'm going to do, so they're just going to sort of be one-offs, which I think's a little bit more enticing for people. Let's just pop this one here so you can see its little beauty. Yeah, so anyway, so that's what I'm going to be doing. And so yeah, so I'll have my candles, and I'm going to have my soap. Soap is a big thing for me. I really enjoy making soap, I really do. And shower steamers I will still do because they're popular. I do think, oh look, I did think, do I bring bath bombs back? I bought a few back. I'll put them on site, but after they're gone, I think that's it for a while. Bath bombs are messy and annoying to make, so I'm going to just give them a break for a while. I just want to do things that don't have such a short life on them, because that's just so annoying to me, the short life on things. So anyway, that's kind of my thought process with that. So like I said, recapping, we're going to do candles, and we're going to do soap. They'll be my main two. So candles, soap, shower steamers will be 3. And what was the fourth one? That I have to think about it now, don't I? So I'm just really trying to do things that I know sell and make me money, because so many times I make things and I have to throw them out because I'm just not making enough money. I know lots of you will probably relate to this. It's, you know, it's really hard, and there's no good saying, oh well, I really love making it, so I'm going to keep making this. Things like my shampoo bars, I will still have them available. They're not so hard to make, but I will be making little things, just like a very small batch of things, so that, you know, my Patreon members can see. So I'll have a lot of videos still coming for that, but not selling. So anyway, that's what I'm about to do. So I hope you've enjoyed this video of me just making some of these little perfumes. And the light here, you go, the light is a bit better now. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed it, my friends, and I might see you on the next one. Bye.